The mistletoe margarita, the Scrooge driver, the North Pole punch. The holidays call for cocktails, so get everything you'll need for them delivered with Drizzly, the go-to app for drink delivery. So
what's it gonna be?
Classics like Bullet Bourbon, Don Julio Reposado, or Kettle One, or maybe something new. Find it all on Drizzly, where you can get beer, wine, and spirits delivered for any holiday festivity. Download the Drizzly app or go to drizzly.com. That's DRIZLY.com today. Must be 21 plus, not available in all locations.
And welcome back to WSHIT. And as we all know, the winds here around Crabapple get pretty whippy this time of year. And it's great fun out there on Gordo Pond, where the kids can do some sailing and some surfing across the 16 by 16 yard pond known as Fat Pond. Let's go to local surf reporter Gabby Dojo for a report on the surf.
Oh, bro, it's just like, dude, you get the best barrels ever, dude. Just like you pull in and you just get spit right out of them. And you just drop in and just smack the lip. Whoop-ah, drop down, snap, ah! And then after that, you just drop in, you just ride the barrel and get pitted. So pitted like that.
While I didn't understand a damn word, sure does sound like fun. Keep surfing that pond, Gabby. We'll be back after this commercial break.
On this episode of The Commercial Break.
Wearing a thong of epic proportions.
Really?
A thong in the back and a thong in the front.
Creative swimming.
I was I was glued.
I bet you were.
I couldn't stop watching.
I really love creative swimming.
I was like, wow, creative
I never
swimming.
knew. I liked it.
Can I go see that live? Do they have that on demand? There is no camera angle of this. They're literally shooting it because they could not figure out how to get the webcam, the fucking $13 webcam they bought at Best Buy.
Oh, guys, I'm sorry. I wish you would have told me you owned Amazon. I wish you would have told me.
Well, this is a virgin.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't even in the right place. I was filming the Amazon rocket. Oh, that's why I missed all the action. You guys were in New Mexico? Oh, I was down here in Florida. Thought you told me to be in Florida. I'm literally here at the Amazon warehouse waiting for you. I went to the return address on the package.
Yes, that's really high. How small you are.
Okay, you want me to translate that for you?
Yes.
Because I know what he said.
Yes.
The next episode of The Commercial Break starts now.
Oh, it's another episode of The Commercial Break! I'm Bryan, this is Krissy, Hoadley, and
Happy New Year.
Best to you out there.
And best to you, Bryan.
And best to you. Best to you out there in the podcast universe. Welcome to another episode of The Commercial Break.
Yay! Whee!
Oh my gosh, there's so much to talk about. I can't even stand it. I gotta tell you all about it. So, have you been watching the Olympics?
Have I been what?
Watching the Olympics.
Oh, the Olympics, yes.
Oh my God, I'm so excited about the Olympics. The Olympics is something that I just get into so much because it's all these odd, weird sports. Remember I was telling you how I found handball one night and I was watching this? All those weird, strange, Olympic type activities. Yeah. I'm so into them. I'm so into all of them. If the stranger, the better. Like yesterday, I was watching creative swimming. Creative swimming. Creative swimming. You know what creative swimming is?
No.
It's like synchronized swimming, like the synchronized swimmers where they do the little dance and they stick their legs up.
Yeah.
And they go like that, like in the old-timey movies.
Right.
Like in the talkies, back in the day. They stick their legs up in the air. I have never seen a swimsuit on a woman so scantily clad as I saw in creative swimming.
Oh.
Never.
They're getting creative with the bathing suit.
Creative. Let me take a piece of floss and put it in my woo-woo. Krissy, I was stunned at how the Olympics is allowing this to happen on NBC at 3 o'clock in the afternoon when children are home. They are allowing these. This is not like the team sport where all of them are together doing the whole thing. This is just two women at one time, underwater for 2 and 3 minutes at a time, kicking their legs in all kind of different directions, wearing a thong of epic proportions.
Really?
A thong in the
I have
back and a
not
thong in the
caught
front.
creative swimming.
I was I was glued.
I bet you were.
I couldn't stop watching.
I really love creative swimming.
I was like, wow, creative
I never
swimming.
knew. I liked it.
Can I go see that live? Do they have that on? Do they have that on demand? How can I get that? Can I get more of that? I couldn't believe it. First of all, the pure athleticism of these women is unmatched. They're literally underwater for 2 and 3 minutes, like moving their hands in different ways.
The breath work that takes.
They'll like move 6 inches that way and move 6 inches that way, and they're kicking at the same time while they're doing this whole number underwater. And the thing about NBC is, they're getting every angle. So you could see the women underwater like holding their breath and do it for 2 minutes at a time, minute and a half, 2 minutes at a time. It was unbelievable. Meanwhile, their entire asses were sticking out of the water, which was crazy.
Who won the gold?
Don't know.
That's what I thought.
Didn't pay much attention to that part of it. I was floored. I mean, listen, what's funny to me is you have like the handball, the ladies of handball, which I did a little research on this just because I'm a feminist. I did a little research on the handball whole situation. Have you heard about this? The controversy going on with the handball ladies?
The bikini bottoms?
The bikini bottoms.
Yes.
Right? They're saying, hey, listen, not necessarily for the Olympics. They are getting upset about the Olympics, but what they're really talking about is the professional handball beach league, which requires that they wear basically thongs to play professional beach volleyball, handball, right? And so I did a little research online. This is just research for the show that I was doing. And
always.
And what I realized is it's quite the request to ask these ladies to wear this outfit game after game. I mean, they're out there really hustling around and throwing themselves this way and that way, and there's nothing to those outfits. I mean, nothing. It's clear. And then you watch the promotional videos that they put out, and it's all about their asses. It's nothing about the handball. They don't show the shots. They don't show the athleticism. What they show is the girls standing around in a huddle from behind, showing their asses, right? And that's being put out by the actual professional handball league. I have to agree with the ladies on this one. Like, I mean, if you're an athlete and all you want to do is just play your sport. Yeah. Okay, put some clothes. I think it's a valid request. It's a valid request. But I also agree with this. If there's going to be a uniform, let there be a uniform, right? I understand why there has to be uniforms in sports, and you want the uniforms to be what? Uniform. That's why they call it a uniform. Right. But I'm telling you what, these women that were doing creative swimming yesterday, that was an insane outfit. Go Google it. Okay. Go Google it and see what these women were wearing.
They're bikinis?
It's a one piece, but it's cut really high up on the stomach, and then when it cuts high up in the stomach, it goes in and it doesn't come out. Okay. It's like it just goes. It goes in some valley.
About slicing through the water.
It was slicing through their vaginas. That outfit. That outfit was slicing directly through their asses. That's all I gotta say.
At least they've got the ass to wear it. I mean,
hey, when you're 19. From Yugoslavia, and you're at the top of your sport. Yeah. I guess you just say that. What I was also interested to realize is that many of these countries are paying even the women that are doing creative swimming, which is not. I don't know if there's a creative swimming league out there, the professional, but they pay them. The state pays them to do this. Where in the United States, they don't. There's no unified Olympic committee that pays you to do sport. They don't give you room and board and stuff like that. Like the gymnastic, the more popular sports. I think they have their own like United States Gymnastics Association. Yes. Who will put you up in the house while you're training and feed you and stuff like that. But they're not like giving you, $100,000 contract to go play, to go do the Olympics. Right. So these women who are doing creative swimming, I was interested to learn that almost all the countries except for the United States, they all get paid to do this. Like this is a thing that they do 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They are creative swimmers and the state pays them or takes care of them to do this. And I thought that to be very interesting. And maybe that's the reason why the United States is getting its ass kicked all over the Olympics. We are losing everywhere we used to be winning. Yeah. That's kind of crazy, isn't it?
I thought we were up in the top 3.
Well,
countries winning.
No, well, we are in the top 3 medal count, right? And we are the top 3 medal count simply because we have more people competing in
like
more
600
sports. 600 athletes competing in all these sports. But we usually are like, right up there with China, beating China. Last time in the last Summer Olympics, we almost doubled the gold count of China, the next country closest to us. Now, China is beating us in the gold count. Yeah, I saw that. I don't understand. Maybe the pandemic?
Yeah,
Maybe the fact that we don't pay our athletes a
it
fair
could be a
price.
combination, but for sure the pandemic. This is just a weird year.
I don't know.
It's the 2020 Olympics in 2021. For God's sake.
The 2020 Olympics in 2021. Welcome to NBC's coverage of last year's Olympics today. Last year's Olympics today. That should have been the tagline. 2021. The last year's Olympics today.
Yes.
TCBpodcast.com is where you go. You can find out more about Christy and I. Read all about us. Read all the show notes. You can listen to all the audio. You can watch all the video. Yes. And you can find all the other things that you need to find out about the commercial break, like our Instagram, our YouTube, what else do we have? Foursquare and all that other Twitter. Foursquare. Catch us on Fireside. I do want to mention that. You want to make sure that you go and you download the Fireside app, now available to everybody in your app store or where you find your applications.
I know, that's exciting. Yeah. I really do like that platform.
Yeah, it's a great platform. Chrissy and I will be doing live shows there. We'll actually be recording our shows live there, and then the audience can get involved. We'll be playing games. We'll be having the usual
fun.
That'll
be so fun to have the audience interaction.
Absolutely.
I'm excited.
Yeah. They can chime in on all the absurd stuff that we talk about. Like when we talk about people who fall in love with lamps, then we can have the audience come up and talk about how they fell in love with a lamp.
Right.
Not going to happen. No one falls in love with a lamp. There's only like 70 of them in the world. But go to tcbpodcast.com. And one more thing I want to mention, we have a new contest. That new contest is going on right now. Started about episode number 85. It's available youtube.com/thecommercialbreak. You go there, you watch the video all the way through because we are hiding little hints and clues. You want to write those down, stuff them away for
a little scavenger hunt.
It is a scavenger hunt. Yeah. It's exactly what it is. And I'll ask a question at some point in the next, right now, I think it's like 6 to 7 weeks. I'll ask a question. You'll be able to answer that question if you've been paying attention to those clues. When that's the case, we'll tell you to go somewhere, give us your answer. And when you give us your answer, if it's correct, you'll be entered in to win our next prize, which is like a Gold Dot gift card, but it's not a Gold Dot gift card. So, but you know how we like to do it. We like to do it big. We gave away $500 last month. I intend to do something commiserate coming up. So just pay attention.
Exciting.
We'd love you to win. And info@tcbpodcast.com. Send us in your show ideas. Tell us what you like, what you don't like. And we send out free swag here and there. So maybe you're one of the lucky winners. You'll get one of these beautiful TCB cups. TCB bugs.
Yes, here. Cheers.
Cheers.
How's your money feeling? It's about to feel happier with a certificate from Happy Money's partner, Michigan State University Federal Credit Union. Elevate and increase your savings with 18-month terms and only a $500 minimum. And the happiest part? MSU FCU certificates yield 4.5% APY annual percentage yield. Now that's a happier side of money. Elevate your savings. Go to happymoney.com/MSUFCU. That's MSUFCU. Funds insured up to $250,000 by NCUA. The APY is accurate as of the 12/1/2023 dividend declaration date. Early withdrawal penalties do apply. Fees may reduce earnings on the account. Any monthly withdrawals or transfers reduce earnings. How's your money feeling? It's about to feel happier with a certificate from Happy Money's partner, Michigan State University Federal Credit Union. Elevate and increase your savings with 18-month terms and only a $500 minimum. And the happiest part? MSU FCU certificates yield 4.5% APY annual percentage yield. Now that's a happier side of money. Elevate your savings. Go to happymoney.com/MSUFCU. That's MSUFCU. Funds insured up to $250,000 by NCUA. The APY is accurate as of the 12/1/2023 dividend declaration date. Early withdrawal penalties do apply. Fees may reduce earnings on the account. Any monthly withdrawals or transfers reduce earnings.
Whatever kind of night you're having, start it off right with Drizzly, the go-to app for drink delivery. Whether you're mixing up a bullet bourbon old-fashioned for a cozy night in, or Kettle One Bloody Mary bar for a birthday brunch, you can get the perfect beer, wine, and spirits for any occasion delivered with Drizzly. So,
what's it gonna be?
Download the Drizzly app or go to drizzly.com. That's DRIZLY.com to choose your drinks today. Must be 21 plus, not available in all locations.
A couple weeks ago, we were talking about the space race.
Right.
The commercial space race. We were talking about how boring I thought the coverage was for Sir Richard Branson. And then I watched the Jeff Bezos one, which was better by an inch. by an inch. It wasn't all that great, right? And then I was also talking about how when Felix Baumgartner jumped out of the Stratos, I got all the information. I was completely had no idea what the names were. I was calling the guy John. His name is Felix. It's Felix Baumgartner. He's like, he's from Russia or something. He's not like, I think I called him Austrian. He's not Austrian.
I can't believe you embellished or made something up.
Totally lied about all of it.
You sounded so convincing.
But here, if you believe anything that comes out of this mouth, you should get your head checked, especially when I'm talking on this microphone. A few things that I did get right. The Sir Richard Branson thing was really boring. The Virgin Galactic one is really boring.
Yeah.
I got a lot of feedback about that episode, and a lot of people thought it was funny, right? Especially when we had Billy, the camera guy, that was in there. And talking about how the old man was talking to Felix when he was up there. And he's like, John, Felix, shit's going wrong. I can't hear you. He's all over the place. Right? People were like, that's so funny. But, that didn't happen, did it? And I'm like, from what I can recall, it kind of did, right? I was making that up, obviously. I was exaggerating the story. I don't think it happened word for word like that. So I decided I was going to go back and watch the coverage.
Fact check yourself.
Fact check myself. Watch the 7.5-hour program.
After I had
aired. Made it all up, I decided to go fact check myself. Here's a funny story. I got invited to go down and do a podcast. The guy named Tommy from MSCS Media. Mm-hmm. And he went down there. We had this 3.5-hour conversation, long, wide-ranging conversation about all kind of different things, right? First thing I say to the guy is, I don't talk about politics. I find it to be boring, right? Mm-hmm. I find it to be boring, and everybody else can do that. So let's just,
There's so many other people that do it.
Yeah, so many other people that do it. It's not interesting. It's such a hot button topic. Everyone's going to hate you no matter what you say. And quite frankly, I'm not the most knowledgeable person in the world about it. I'm like everybody else. Everyone else tries to be a fucking expert about everything. I'm not an expert on politics or anything, quite frankly, except for maybe comedy podcasting, of which I'm not really an expert, right? And so I tell the guy, I'm like, I tell Tommy, let's just stay away from politics. And Tommy says, I agree with you 100%, right? And it's obvious that Tommy and I may not see eye to eye on everything political, because Tommy, his guest the week before, had been Roger Stone.
Oh, Lord.
Roger Stone, right? Okay, that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, exactly.
So we go down there. We have this wide-ranging conversation about a number of different things. And during the conversation, we kind of have a disagreement about some facts regarding some things, right? And I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure... ... right? So I get out of the studio. I have a great time. Guy's really super nice. Couldn't have been more pleasant. We had a really good time. Generally stayed away from politics. I get out of there. I go back to the hotel, and I'm like just reviewing the conversation in my head, and I'm like, I don't really think that I was right. I hope I was right about that. So I fact checked myself on like 3 or 4 of the different items that Tommy and I had like a little like back and forth about. Like, I think that's right. No, it's not right. Yeah, I think it is, And the truth was, on every single point that I had felt strongly about, that I was telling that I had the facts correct, I was so fucking wrong it couldn't have been. So now I'm like, holy shit, this video is going to come out and people are going to be like, what a shithead. Every nudnik knows that's wrong. Like I said, there is a privacy law online in the United States of America now, where you can pick and choose your cookies on every website, right? Because I have an iPhone, and now they do this.
They do, yeah.
Every iPhone has this.
Or except tracking, ad tracking, and
ad tracking. You can choose your cookies. If you can opt out of the cookies, you have to. If you want to browse on Safari, or if you want to be available on Safari, you have to make that option available to these two people. Every hosting company does. So I am adamant that there is a law that has been enacted doing this. And Tommy's like, I think you're wrong, and I'm like, nope, I'm right. You're going to find out. Guess what? I was way wrong. Yeah, there is no law. There is a law that's being talked about, but there's a law in the UK, in the European Union, but there's no law there. Mm-hmm. So just for the future, if you happen to see a video floating out around there with me just talking about random facts that I have no idea about, let me repeat myself. Don't listen to a fucking word I say, especially when it's coming out of a microphone.
You're like any politician out there.
Yeah, I just say what people want to hear.
Exactly.
If I say it enough times, people will believe me.
That's our extent of getting into politics on the show.
Absolutely.
Is you saying something with confidence that people want to hear.
That's right. People... If you're like, wow, great show. News is concise and informational. By the way, thank you to people who are leaving Apple podcast reviews. I think they heard
I know.
They felt bad for us. They were like,
they're really leaving them. It's so sweet.
To catch you up for the new listeners, to catch you up, a couple of months ago, or about a month and a half ago, we started getting a bunch of reviews saying that what a great news show we were and how informational we were. They always learned something, and our facts were correct and concise.
Right.
And we were like, what the fuck are you talking about? Huh?
Because I think around that time was when we were also doing like sex doll
Yeah,
segments.
we were talking about sex dolls. I mean, I don't know who these people were. Yeah. But what I realized is another commercial break was doing some news stories, another podcast with the words commercial break in it. We're doing the news podcast, and people were leaving them reviews on our Apple podcast platform. So I think some people felt bad for us, so they went and wrote podcast reviews about our podcast. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Keep them coming.
I fact checked myself about the Felix Baumgartner thing.
Okay.
So I went and I watched all of them. I watched Bezos, I watched Branson, and I watched Felix. Just
Baumgartner.
Baumgartner.
All B's.
All B's. Oh, that's true. Bezos,
Branson, and Baumgartner.
You see me? It's like my brain.
You're like, oh.
Bezos, Branson, xylophone. Would you like to hear a little bit of each one of those calls?
Yes.
Do you want to hear?
Oh, yeah.
The actual audio.
Those pulled up.
I've got those pulled up. Let's hear the actual audio from each of these, so you can see that while I was exaggerating and not correct about any of the facts, the substance wasn't correct. The style certainly was. You ready?
Yes.
Let's start with Virgin. Here's a little clip of the exciting climax of the 12-hour television show that was Virgin Galactic. Richard Branson goes to space. You haven't missed a thing. Okay. Ready? Here we go. This is the cleaned up audio, by the way. This is after the fact. She says multiple times in the actual audio. This is like the highlight reel, right? And she says in the actual audio, she says multiple times, "We're so sorry the cameras aren't working. You'll get to see this on the replay." But here you go.
At which point they'll start what we call the gamma turn, where we turn directly up and head to space.
We'll start the gamma rays in your brain. So you can sleep.
Gamma.
1 minute to release now. It's getting real.
It's getting real.
It's about to happen.
Did you practice that? You couldn't think of something better to say besides "it's getting real"? Holy shit! They could die right here. T-minus 30 seconds till Richard Branson, the third most rich person on earth, is gonna die.
So exciting.
So exciting. Yeah, I can imagine her in bed. Such a big cock. Here I come. How are you doing down there?
It's getting real.
It's getting real. Wrong hole. Beavis?
Oh, that's just dead air?
It's just dead air.
45 seconds.
Say something, woman. Say something. Listen to this. This is insane. Let me remind you, for those of you listening, I could probably just talk over the dead air. No, she's in radio. She's not. She's not awake. She is in REM sleep right now. She's currently taking a nap. I realize it's been a long day here on the television camera, but this girl can't hear anything. Hold it. Listen to me. Just hear me out for a second here.
Okay, I'm listening.
You had all this time to think about the millions and millions of people across the earth that were going to be watching Sir Richard Branson take the first commercial flight up into quote unquote space, right? You should have thought of the edge of space. Yeah. We'll get to that in a second. You could have had all this time to think about all the possibilities that you could say, all the wonderful, go back and watch Walter Cronkite, do the moon landing, go watch the guys who did the shuttle, the Space Shuttle Challenger and all this other stuff. They watch fucking Apollo 11, get some inspiration, and you woman, it's time to wake up.
Yeah.
Couldn't you say something? Couldn't you say something in T-minus 1 minute until the first commercial passengers go to space, quote unquote space, right?
History making.
And all you can think to say is 1 minute.
This is getting real.
45 seconds.
30 seconds.
Richard! Have you shit yourself yet? Meanwhile, I want to remind everybody that during this dead air, there is one camera angle and one camera angle only, and that is showing the actual space capsule, the rocket that is sitting on the airplane, right? I told you about this. 2 fuselages, a bridge connecting those 2 fuselages, and stuck up under that bridge is the actual rocket. They're going to drop it. It's going to go zoom up into it's going to shoot its, whatever, and then it's going to go up into space. Meanwhile, this girl can't think of anything to say in the entire minute leading up to this moment of, climax. Still waiting.
And you couldn't see it.
30 seconds.
Right.
The Spaceship Unity
Couldn't
pilots
see
are
it.
arming the launch pylon now.
Or it was like a tiny little dot, right?
Once they took off, and
We
it
are
went
armed for release. 20 seconds.
20 seconds. I could talk over her. I don't even.
Yeah.
She sounds like she's
We
part
can
of the
fill
show.
in.
Yeah, we can fill it. Yes. The only one camera angle right now, and when
10 seconds.
when it leaves, right, then there's no other camera angle. They're shooting it from Earth.
5.
So it's like a little dot.
Listen to this. 5, 4, 3, 2. I mean, we've all counted backwards from 5 in this manner. She can't even count backwards from 5. She's so lazy. Why, woman? Why? Why, person out there?
3, 2, 1. Release.
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 That's it. Release.
Oh, Astrid. Release.
Yeah, it's not very exciting.
T-minus 5, 2, 1. Release. I'm going to go get a cigarette and take a shower.
Ignition. Good rocket motor burn. There's Mach 1.
Listen to the guy behind her, by the way. There's another guy in the studio with her, right? And he's doing the commentary he wishes she was doing. He's like, come on, let's go. Go, buddy. Go listen to him. Listen to it real closely.
Trimming now.
Did you do that?
No. You can hear him back there.
Trim complete. Unity is pointed directly up and heading to space. Things are looking great. We are 25 seconds into the burn now, approaching Mach 2.
I think she's having an orgasm. I think that's so excited she's ever been in her entire life. It's a controlled orgasm. Okay, you get the point.
Yes.
Extraordinarily boring broadcast, right? Meanwhile, there is no camera angle of this. They were literally shooting it because they could not figure out how to get the webcam. The fucking $13 webcam they bought at Best Buy.
Oh, guys, I'm sorry. I wish you would have told me you owned Amazon. I wish you would have told me.
Well, this is the Virgin.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't even in the right place. I was filming the Amazon rocket. Oh, that's why I missed all the action. You guys were in New Mexico? Oh, I was down here in Florida. Thought you told me to be in Florida. I'm literally here at the Amazon warehouse waiting for you. I went to the return address on the package. That's where the rocket was. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I feel like I let you down. What do you say you give it one more try? Half price.
Go back up.
Go back up. Give it another try. You guys did a real good job the first time. At least I heard you did. We couldn't see it. Was that my fault? Oh, I'm sorry. Did anyone bring a phone or something?
Yeah, I mean, really, there could have been a better camera situation.
There could have been better everything.
Yeah.
Hoadley.
Yes.
Okay, ready? Now let's step it up a little bit. Let's go to Bezos.
We're going Bezos.
Let's go Bezos.
About 2 millimeters. Dude who
Oh, wait, no, wrong one. I'm sorry. Here we go. Ready? That'll come later. Okay, we're ready. Here, Amazon one.
Here we go, everybody. Thousands of people contributed years to this historic moment. Ladies and gentlemen.
Now you've got a professional on-camera talent
Yes.
ready to rock,
I
right?
watched this one.
This one's good, right?
Yeah, it was early in the morning and I woke up and they were...
Billy figured out how to get it all
Billy-
together.
Billy had
There's
it
cameras
together.
inside. There's cameras outside.
Yeah.
They had a drone that was flying like maybe, I don't know. And my guess is that at least spatially, I thought it was maybe within 5 football fields, that a drone was about 1,000, 2,000 feet in the air. And it actually, the camera went from when it was on the ground almost as it was passing by, and it was passing by really close. It was a unique angle that I've never seen before, because you can't put a helicopter near a rocket, right?
Yeah.
So they never fly helicopters with that kind of angle. But they obviously had a drone. The drone worked perfectly. The shot was good. It almost looked surreal. It almost looked like fake, like they had done it on CGI. But it wasn't. It was just a really good camera angle of a rocket taking off.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Time for Blue Origin's first human flight. Godspeed, first crew of New Shepard. Let's light this candle.
Let's light this candle.
It's a Roman candle.
Hey, Bob, can you come in here for a second? I'm getting ready for the Bezos thing. I got a couple. Ready? Let's put a firecracker in Bezos' ass. What do you think about that one? No? Too racy? Okay, I got another one. Let's stick our dick in it. No? Okay.
Well, it looked like a dick. It looked like a penis.
Yeah, it looked like a dick.
As I was taking off, I was like, that looks exactly like a penis.
Let's stick this dick in space ass. Let's lube this cock and get to space. Get in there, Bob.
Get it in.
No? Okay. One more. Release. No? Okay. Oh, yeah, I guess that's true. The Branson girl did that. But she got one. She was like, light this candle. So now the thing is taking off, and that's what all this noise is. And I think what you're hearing actually is the drones, the sounds of the drones.
Yeah.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
They learned how to count
5,
here.
They did.
4.
You're doing a good
Command
job.
engine start.
Great job.
2, 1.
Jeez.
Blast off.
Yeah. Like they even have the sound, like the micro, it's all mic'd up. Yeah. You can hear it guttural thrust and So we're doing a little better on this one.
Yeah, it sounds better.
Yeah.
It's more exciting.
Sounds like the girl's actually standing in the flame, but I mean,
yeah.
Go. As if they're pushing the rocket up into space.
I'm picturing them with, like, you know, those paddle
those little
boats.
pedal wheels. Yeah.
The paddle boats.
Go, Bezos!
Go.
So this girl gets it. Like, she's trying to give it a little hype. She's a little saucy, a little color.
Listen to the roar of the BE3 engine. We are just about to pass through max Q, maximum dynamic pressure.
Yeah, I don't even know what max Q is, but it sounds exciting when this girl's yelling it.
Yeah,
so
max Q.
I'm with this one. Max Q. Max Q!
Is confirmed.
That's what I would have been. Max Q! Holy shit, we're at Max Q! I don't even know what that means, but it's exciting. Next, we're going to Max P.
And liquid oxygen as the propellant. It's a nice, not just clean in terms of beautifully performing, but what comes out of it, it's steam, right?
I use it for my meth pipe. It's fantastic. Right? Who's she asking?
The glow of the engine underneath the rocket just
Okay, all right. So this girl gets it, right? She's got it. She's got a little spunk in her junk, right? She's feeling it. She's got the excitement of the moment. She's no Walter Cronkite or
Dan
Rather or listen. It's not that kind of moment either. We're not walking on the moon. We're taking the second commercial flight to space. But this girl practiced.
They're a little bit more
She's
prepared
ready.
for this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let's get to John Kittinger. John Kittinger is the person who, before Felix, held the world record, the confirmed world record for highest skydive, right?
Oh, okay.
So he also did this. He also went up in a fucking balloon and jumped out close, much lower to Earth, right? But he also jumped out of a balloon.
Okay.
John is the person that is talking to Felix. He's the one who's walking him through here. And we're hearing a third voice, which is actually the TV commentator.
Yeah.
But I think what they realized at about halfway through this Red Bull thing is that John is far more exciting than the TV commentator. So they keep John on a hot mic for the most part, right? Okay. So I'm going to just share with you a few minutes of Red Bull Stratos and Felix's jump. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
There it is. There's the world out there.
The door has opened.
Roll the door open.
The door has opened.
Door stop, Felix. Doors open. Door stop is engaged. Okay, item 26. Move seat to the rear capsule.
Yeah.
Great. Great, Felix.
Is that Felix?
That's Felix.
Okay.
Great, Felix. Not sure what you're saying. Doesn't matter anyway. You got about a 30% chance of making it to 10,000 feet, and then about a 5% chance of your parachute actually working. He's probably saying, I'm scared.
I know.
I don't want to go.
I decided against this.
How do I get down? Is there a release button?
Shoulders.
Item 27, lift legs into the door threshold.
I'm scared shitless. I'm really scared.
I would be.
I did not realize how high this was. 52 miles is a lot higher than 51.
Item 28, slide the seat forward.
Slide the seat forward.
Slide the seat forward. I'm already pissing my pants, and I'm going to just listen to it.
Release seat belt.
Release the seatbelt.
Listen to this. Just the manner in which he's talking through these steps, right?
Yeah.
They didn't have to put John Kittinger talking about these steps. They could have put two guys, girls, whatever. They could have put them there talking about, there's Felix. He's getting ready to jump out. As you can see, he's moving the seat forward so he can get his bodysuit right out of the butt. Da-da-da-da-da. But they left John Kittinger walking through these steps because they knew that even listening to it, it sounds really fucking scary when you tell someone to push your seat forward outside the capsule and then release your seatbelt. 32 miles in the air.
I'm peeing myself. I need a Gatorade bottle.
A Red Bull.
Fuck Red Bull. I'll just wait till balloon deflates.
Item 29, Felix, release the seatbelt.
So now he loses communication.
Ooh.
Right? He loses the ability to talk.
That's good. Okay.
Attaboy, that's good. Go ahead, John. Attaboy, we're all getting paid today. Whether you make it or not, check's in the bank.
Good job, John.
Slide forward into the rest position.
The rest position? What are you resting for?
No,
what
you can't rest now.
Yeah.
You can't rest now.
You can't rest now. You're committed. You're halfway out of the capsule. Seatbelt's off. He's telling you to slide into the rest position?
Yeah.
The rest position?
Go a little bit further forward so we can check your chute.
Lean forward. Check your chute.
Your shoe?
Shouldn't you have done that before you left?
Yeah, no, you can't check it all of a sudden now or rest.
Felix, we're not sure we put the parachute on.
We just need to check something real quick.
Is there a purple bag in the back there?
Hit the rest button and let us check your chute real quick.
Can you check behind the passenger seat and see if there's something that looks like a book bag with a couple straps? There's not? Okay, we're going to move on.
Slide into the rest position.
Step number 30. Just go ahead and jump. We're gonna turn off the ground camera angle. Just go ahead and jump, Felix.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, we're gonna see how high you bounce.
Your chute's okay, Felix. I'll say it again. Item 31, your chute integrity is checked. Your parachutes are not deployed.
That is good to know.
I repeat, your chutes have not deployed. Hey, John, it's a big relief down here to all of us. We had Billy put the parachute together this morning.
Guys, I'm not sure. I don't know. I had my Toy Story lunchbox and the parachute in the other hand, and I don't know. I can't remember all that much. You guys were asking me to do a lot of things. You had 2 cameras, and then you said, "Hey, can you put Felix's chute on?" And I was like, "Is that you want lunch? What? Did you say shoot or lunch? I'm not sure. Did you say shoot or Woody? I'm not sure."
Oh, Billy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I really like Pixar movies. How's Felix doing up there? You should ask him if I put the chute on before he goes.
Move forward. They slide that one in there. They're like 29 B. Move forward so we can check. Move forward so we can check your chute. Oh, thank God, Billy.
Thank God, you're okay. Everything's fine. Your chute is not deployed.
Good. It's good.
It's actually on, yeah. Billy's going to keep his job.
That's a relief.
Item 32, verify cutaway knife handle strap is attached and knife in proper position. Say Roger if it's so.
Cutaway knife. I guess if
chest.
I guess he had to cut away the like a chute that died or something.
Right.
Like it was going crazy, then he'd have to cut it away. That's scary to think about, man.
So crazy.
Shit.
Pack faceplate heat is on. Make certain that's is on and you got a red light. Okay, here we go. Item 34.
Okay, here we go. Shit's getting real.
Disconnect chest pack umbilical.
This is so scary.
I know. I'm feeling nervous.
Okay, do you read me, Felix, on the communications?
Can you read me? No.
Hey, guys. Does this wire do anything? I needed to charge my phone. I'll go ahead and unplug this one. But there's like, it's like an electric, it's an extension cord. There's a bunch of other stuff attached to it. Oh, it's communication? Wow. I wish I'd known that before. You guys should label these. Oh, they are labeled? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You want to talk to Felix? Okay, let me plug this back in here. We'll get that thing rebooted real soon. What's the Wi-Fi password?
Felix, give me a short count. Okay. Snow and Bill.
He just moves on. He's like,
Felix, give me a short count.
because now he can't. Now Felix is not responding, right? So he's like,
give me a short count.
Felix doesn't respond. He's like, okay, never mind.
Yeah, let's just keep going.
Yeah, doesn't matter at this point. You're committed.
No, what you can't see is that Felix actually gives a thumbs up.
Oh, he does.
So he
Okay,
can
good.
hear. But you can hear him breathing. I don't understand why he just doesn't talk. Maybe he's so shitless scared. Maybe
Well,
he's so scared
yeah.
shitless. Yeah. Either that or they just have a breathing track on. Like they're just playing an audio sound. In case he
still breathing.
In case he dies,
Right.
they just play the breath.
Yeah.
Well, he was alive for. We thought he was alive. Sounded like he was alive.
Right.
Oh, guys, I pressed this little button over here. Sounds like someone's breathing. Oh, he's dead? No, that's so sad. I just want to let you know the cooler's out of Mountain Dew. Oh, wrong time? Okay, I'll talk later. I'll put it on the list of things to do.
Disconnect both oxygen supply hoses.
That's when shit gets real.
Are they disconnected? Give me a thumbs up if they're disconnected. They're still connected. Felix, disconnect
We're not connected.
the
We're
oxygen
disconnected.
hose.
Felix, disconnect. We got things to do down here. I got dinner at 7:30. I got dinner reservations at Waffle House at 7:30. Can you get on that?
I appreciate it.
Atta boy.
Atta
All
boy.
right, stand up on the exterior step. Keep your head down. Release the helmet tie-down strap.
Whoa. Release the strap.
Start
Release
the
the
cameras.
strap.
And our guardian angel will take care of you.
Release the strap and say a prayer.
Right. Guardian angels got you.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Don't worry about all that shooting oxygen shit. We were just checking a few things down here. Now go ahead and jump. No one gets paid unless you do it. Your wife even said, "Go ahead and jump." She said the check cleared. Don't worry about it.
So now he steps out. If
Okay.
anybody watched this, he steps out, or
Oh, I wanna
he's
watch
out
it now.
already. Actually, he's now got one foot on.
Sometimes, yes, but they're not really high. How small you are.
Okay, you want me to translate that for you? Because I know what he said.
Yes.
Ready?
Holy shit.
What
It's really
he said
high.
was sometimes you have to be really high to realize how small you are.
Oh, okay.
Okay, all right. Now, it's no one giant leap for mankind, but okay. I'm not sure they're going to write that one in the history books, Felix, but yeah, good try, buddy.
Okay, well, enough of the small talk. Go ahead and jump.
Meanwhile, they're like,
Okay, great, buddy. Whatever you said. Come on, hurry up.
Yeah, do it.
It's costing us $10,000 a minute to run this satellite broadcast.
oh, that
So
was,
is he up in a balloon?
he's up in a balloon.
A balloon, like a hot air balloon.
A hot air balloon.
Okay.
It's a weather balloon. So they put a weather balloon and they put imagine like a space capsule, like
Yeah.
the kind you've seen the initial
Sure.
astronauts went in. So that kind of
Yeah.
that kind of shape. They stuff him in there. It took about 5 hours to get up to where he was.
Oh,
right?
okay.
5 hours of climbing because the higher you get, the thinner the atmosphere and the less lift the balloon has. And all stuff. So when he got up to that, I think it was 32,000 kilometers or something like that, which is whatever it is. It's really high up. And, but he wasn't really necessarily at the edge of space. He was just really high up. Now, Red Bull made it sound like he was at the edge of space, but I'm going to show you an example of why that's not true here in a second, okay?
Okay.
So he gets up there and then they start this procedure of, disconnecting all the stuff because he's essentially harnessed into this thing.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, with a full spacesuit on because it's so incredibly cold up there and there is no oxygen at that level, like zero, right? Like, 0.000% oxygen. That if he was to be exposed at that height, even if his suit ripped, right, it's possible that his skin would just bubble because there's no oxygen and it's so freezing cold.
Wow.
Right? It's like certain death. This is an incredibly dangerous thing that this guy did. And to his credit, he actually made it. What happens after he says, I'm going home now? That's the last thing he says. He says, it's time for me to go home now, right?
Oh, okay.
Which is a pretty chilling thing to say.
Yeah.
Because you could die and you're saying, it's time for me to go home now. He jumps out of the capsule and he immediately, within this is like a 5-minute free fall. He immediately, within a minute, starts going into an uncontrolled spin. He is spinning like this. He has no control. Because the atmosphere is so thin, he cannot get drag.
Right.
So it's like putting your arms out in, I don't even know what we would compare it to, right? It's just there's no particles up there, so you can't put your hands out and get drag. So there's no control. So he is just spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning to the point where he passes out.
Oh my God.
Meanwhile, this is all on fucking camera because of course they have an angle of everything.
Yeah.
So what you're watching on TV is they go from his helmet cam, right? First of all, there's a bunch of cameras inside and outside this capsule. The cameras outside the capsule capture him in 4 different angles, standing up and then falling off the thing, right? It's an incredibly powerful moment when he just kind of he just kind of falls face first off into the atmosphere.
Jeez.
Right? But then they go from his helmet cam when he starts spinning, that kind of goes out to they've got him on a little on an incredibly powerful I don't know what you call it, like a telescope camera. And they've got him, and even though he's small on the TV, you can see that he's spinning out of control. And I mean, when I say spinning, I mean fucking spinning. This guy's like a fidget spinner, spinning around in circles so fast it's hard to decipher what is his legs and what are his heads.
The dizziness and then the loss of oxygen, and yeah.
So now we'll listen for a couple more minutes because just here, okay? So now he's jumping right now. He's going. You can hear people clapping. Why they're clapping, I have no idea. He just started the dangerous part. Yeah. He actually did it. The shithead did it.
Yeah, he did it.
I'm pretty proud of him.
Listen to how labored his breathing is. 446 miles per hour he's going. 600 miles per hour.
Speed 650 miles per hour.
Holy shit, miles per hour.
Speed 700.
At 800, he's breaking Mach 1. He's literally going faster than sound.
Speed 725.
I mean, people really had to have thought maybe he could die. Like,
I think there's no question.
Please don't let him die.
I think there's no question that a lot of people had, like, odds were 50-50 that this guy would survive. The best planning. You can only plan so much for something like this. If a pinhole in your suit and you freeze to death almost instantaneously, it's crazy. Or he spins out of control like this. And I mean, your body can only handle so many G's. Your brain literally goes into your, sticks to your skull, and it's like,
right.
You die.
John, you're spinning out of control.
100 feet fall, speed 729 and decelerating.
$729 miles per hour.
Spin.
That is faster than a 747 travels in the air. He's going down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And spinning.
Showing Felix at a stable descent.
Stable?
Well, he kind of starts to like stable himself. When I say stable, he's spinning at a slower rate.
Well, that's very, very reassuring what we've seen there. A high speed drop.
Shut up! I'm dying! Yes, I'm calling you, you fucking idiot! Someone help me! Out of control!
I can't believe this guy did this.
This is insane. I mean, Felix is insane. How do you do that?
Do you see what happened to Felix?
Yeah, Felix is like, living the high life in Austria or whatever. Now let's listen to what
Best to Felix.
Let's listen to what Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh, okay.
Neil deGrasse High has to say about
I love
this.
him.
Degrassi High. You remember that show? Degrassi High? The Canadian 90210?
No.
You don't remember that? Degrassi High?
I don't.
You don't remember Degrassi High?
No.
Oh my God. On PBS?
No.
Somebody please write in and tell me they remember Degrassi High, the 90210 of Canada. Which was an incredibly boring show. It was like all the same kind of things they would talk about on Saved by the Bell and stuff like drugs and sex and rock and roll and why you shouldn't be doing it. It was basically a PSA for Canada, but it was a good, it was a boring show to watch on PBS. Okay, here's what Neil deGrasse Tyson has to say about this particular jump.
About 2 millimeters. Dude who jumped out of a perfect
to the outside, and you got a huge
dude who jumped out of a perfectly good balloon.
Interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Oh, what is going on?
I don't know.
And that dude who jumped out of a perfectly good balloon.
I know what happened.
What's his name? Felix Baumgartner. He would have been about 2 millimeters above the surface of this globe.
He's holding a big beach ball globe.
Oh,
That's his edge of space jump. Now, I don't. It's fine. He wants to. I don't have a problem if he does it, but the honesty of it would greatly diminish what I think people thought he was actually doing. And not only that, they made sure to photograph him standing there with a really wide-angle lens, which curves horizontal lines. So in the photo, you see this curvature of Earth's surface, and he said, "Wow, he's in space. Look at that." No, he's not. At that height, you don't see the curvature of the Earth if you are 2 millimeters above this beach ball. He just don't.
Well, I beg to differ a little bit on that because sometimes I've been in a plane
and I have seen the curvature of the Earth.
See.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So, I'm with you on this, right? And I can understand why there is some confusion about this, but there is a whole universe of people that don't believe that Felix Baumgartner did any of this.
Oh gosh,
they think that it was a complete fake. There are a whole conspiracy theory. Why does everyone on fucking Earth take everything and just ruin it with their stupid bullshit? I mean, honestly, why can't we believe in anything? Yeah. I mean, I realize you don't believe in Santa Claus. Okay, I get that part, right? But do you have to ruin everything? It
starts with Santa.
With your stupid bullshit?
Yeah.
It all started with Santa. All these kids can't take it. They're all so sad that Santa Claus wasn't true. They think that everything must be a lie. Yeah. Maybe that's why I should not tell my kids about Santa. Maybe I should just tell them the truth.
Just
It's mom and dad.
Just ride it.
It's my fucking money. There's good old music, good old closing music that tells us it's time to wrap up the show. It's good to be back in the studio, as you can notice by my tan.
I was
took a nice
noticing your
vacation.
bronzedness.
Yeah, it was a 3rd degree burn 4 days ago. It's just kind of evened out. I'm Irish, so that's how it works. You get a 3rd degree burn, and then it evens out. There you go. Join us on Fireside for live recordings. Go and download the Fireside Chat app. Mm-hmm. You'll notice it. It's got you can't miss it. It's a social audio app. You can't miss it. There's a couple other Firesides on the app, but it's the one with Mark Cuban's face on it. You'll notice. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you more about that in an upcoming show about Mark Cuban. Super excited.
Exciting stuff going on at TCB.
TCB. Mark Cuban.
I don't know if you noticed my little
vein mark.
Earlier, I donated blood.
Oh, you did?
And to everybody out there, I encourage you.
Donate blood. Yeah. I like that.
It's a little sore.
That's a non-political thing we can do. It's a little sore?
It's a little sore, but the funniest was that they put a little cotton ball on it, and then, I after I gave the blood.
Yeah.
And then they put the Band-Aid on it, but then they put a gigantic, red tape.
Wow.
Around it.
Why?
Which I'm thinking was maybe the marketing people.
Oh, the Red Cross?
Something that people would be like, why do you have that on your arm?
Because I donated blood. Interesting.
So I thought it was very interesting.
Yeah. Look at those Red Cross people.
I meant to put another Band-Aid back on it.
Let's get you a glass of OJ over the break so you don't pass out. A cookie. Before our big interview.
I ate a cookie after I donated it. They have them there.
That's what you had to do. That's what you had to do to get your blood sugar back up.
Yeah.
A couple times I've been to the doctor at physicals and they've taken pints of blood for whatever, this, that, and the other thing, and I don't feel well afterwards. I'm super fussy and cranky, and I feel lightheaded, and it's just it's miserable. But giving blood, the 15 minutes of discomfort is well worth all the effort. Yeah,
it was
that's all
great.
I gotta say. Donate blood. Get the vax, do the thing.
Yeah.
Let's get the fuck out of this whole bullshit. Let's stop arguing. Listen to science. Call your doctor. Talk to him. Make an independent decision, but make it based on what's best for you and those around you. Mm-hmm. I don't want to talk politics. It's too fucking boring.
No.
Yeah, we'll leave that up to Roger Stone.
Yeah.
We'll leave that up to Mr. Roger Stone. So here's what you do. You go to tcbpodcast.com. That's where you go. You find out more about Krissy and I. You can read all the show notes. You can listen to the audio. You can watch all the video, all from one place. That's also where you can go to get in touch with us on Instagram, YouTube, via email. 470-584-8449 is where you can leave us a text message, or if you want to, leave us a voice message that we can play on a future episode of the show.
Yes.
470-584-8449. Standard text messaging rates will apply to those of you outside of the continental United States. Sorry, we don't have a 1-900 number. Maybe coming up in the future. But this shit's expensive. I looked into it. I looked at getting a 1-900 number so that we could do a chat line. But actually, I don't want to give it all away. So okay. And if you were interested in being a part of our next contest, here's what you have to do. You have to go to youtube.com/thecommercialbreak. Watch all of our videos from episode number 85 through onto this number and in the future, because we're leaving little clues on the video, somewhere on the video.
Little eggs.
Yeah, you'll figure it out. You'll figure out what I'm doing once you kind of watch all the way through the first one. But write down all the clues, or write down the words you think are a little bit out of place. And then when I ask a question, that's all I'm going to say. When I ask a question 5 or 6 weeks from now at the end of this contest, the end of the scavenger hunt, you're going to have the answer, or you should have the answer. And if you do, you send in an email with your answer, then you'll be entered to win our next big prize. And we do it up big here, so please do that. Download Fireside. Go to our Instagram at The Commercial Break, because that's where we'll announce when and where we'll be on Fireside. And I'm off to Podcast Movement. So there you go.
Yes, thank you for representing.
Unlike a bowel movement, I'm off to Podcast Movement. It's much different. I just had to say the word movement. I couldn't help myself. I'm like a 3-year-old boy. Okay, so this is what I got to say. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
What else can we do today? I think we've done all we can do on this particular episode. You've learned all about space. You've all learned all about the good calls and the bad calls. So, I love you.
I love you.
Best to you.
Best to you, Brian.
Best to you out there in the podcast universe. Mm-hmm. And until next time, we say bye.
Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie. I'm Margot Robbie, and I play Barbie.
And I'm Ryan Gosling, and I play Ken.
Max is now the exclusive streaming home of Barbie.
So cool.
And the Max with Ads plan is included with your Cricket $60 unlimited plan at no additional cost. Log in with your Cricket username and password to experience Max on all your favorite devices.
This is the best day ever. It is the best day ever.
Don't miss Barbie, now streaming on Max. Phone plan streams in standard definition. Programming subject to change. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
How's your money feeling? It's about to feel happier with a certificate from Happy Money's partner, Michigan State University Federal Credit Union. Elevate and increase your savings with 18-month terms and only a $500 minimum. And the happiest part? MSU FCU certificates yield 4.5% APY annual percentage yield. Now that's a happier side of money. Elevate your savings. Go to happymoney.com/MSUFCU. That's MSUFCU. Funds insured up to $250,000 by NCUA. The APY is accurate as of the 12/1/2023 dividend declaration date. Early withdrawal penalties do apply. Fees may reduce earnings on the account. Any monthly withdrawals or transfers reduce earnings.
Whatever kind of night you're having, start it off right with Drizzly, the go-to app for drink delivery. Whether you're mixing up a bullet bourbon old-fashioned for a cozy night in, or Kettle One Bloody Mary bar for a birthday brunch, you can get the perfect beer, wine, and spirits for any occasion delivered with Drizzly. So,
what's it gonna be?
Download the Drizzly app or go to drizzly.com. That's DRIZLY.com to choose your drinks today. Must be 21 plus, not available in all locations.
The Commercial Break. New episodes on Tuesdays and now Fridays. New YouTube clips drop daily at youtube.com/The Commercial Break. Visit tcbpodcast.com for access to our entire media library. Follow us at The Commercial Break on Instagram. Each episode is written and produced by Brian Green, co-hosted by Krissy Hoadley, with additional content provided by Tina Cano.
How's your money feeling? It's about to feel happier with a certificate from Happy Money's partner, Michigan State University Federal Credit Union. Elevate and increase your savings with 18-month terms and only a $500 minimum. And the happiest part? MSU FCU certificates yield 4.5% APY annual percentage yield. Now that's a happier side of money. Elevate your savings. Go to happymoney.com/MSUFCU. That's MSUFCU. Funds insured up to $250,000 by NCUA. The APY is accurate as of the 12/1/2023 dividend declaration date. Early withdrawal penalties do apply. Fees may reduce earnings on the account. Any monthly withdrawals or transfers reduce earnings.